So today we are going to see about the robot programming and the different languages which is used for that robot programming. So the primary objective of robot programming is to make the robot understand its work cycle. The program teaches the robot in different ways, that is which path it should take, which point it should reach precisely, how and when to actuate the end effectors. So here we can use different kinds of end effectors in the form of, we have seen different types of grippers, mechanical grippers, hydraulic grippers, pneumatic grippers, etc. etc. Also, it is used to move parts from one location to another location and so forth. So there are different methods of that programming which is used in robots. First method is teach by showing. So this teach by showing method is again divided in two types. First type is powered lead through programming method, and second one is the manual lead through programming method. So for that powered lead through programming method, we have to use the teach pendant. Normally this activity is actually carried on the handheld teach pendant. So in manual lead through programming method, it is also called as walkthrough programming method. So this is about the first type of method. Second type of method is textual language programming. So in textual language programming method is actually operated in two modes, that is the teach mode and the run mode. Teach mode is actually used to program the robot, and run mode is actually used to run or execute the particular program. So let us start with the powered lead through programming method, where we have to use a teach pendant. So teach pendant is actually used to instruct the robot to move in working space. So teach pendant is a small handled control box equipped with toggle switches, dials, buttons, used to control the robot's movements and from the desired points in the space. So teach pendant can be used as a device for your powered lead through programming method. In manual lead through programming method, operator or the programmer with that your robotic system has to walk through along with the robot manipulator in 3D space, and that time programmer has to set or save the different locations in the form of points in 3D space. So teach pendant, or we can say the powered lead through programming method, is having some kinds of limitation in actual practice. So teach by showing methods take a very long time for the programming. These methods are not suitable for the complex functions. It is also not suitable for the ongoing developments in your CIM environment. So to overcome all these limitations, we have to use different textual robot programming languages. So textual programming languages normally used nowadays in for the robot programming in mechanical industry. So we have to suppose to use computer hardware and the software for this particular type of programming method. So there are different programming languages can be used for your robot programming, and their purposes to instruct the robot to perform these actions which is used to carry out the different operations. So some of the languages which can be developed nowadays and used for robot programming are Wave, AML, MCL, IRL, Singla, WAL, RAIL, PLA, TL10 and WAL2 languages. Normally, WAL2 is the most commonly used and easily learned language. It is a computer-based control system and the language designed for the industrial robots at Unimation Incorporation. So the WAL2 language is actually developed by Unimation Incorporation. WAL2 languages instructions are very clear, concise and generally self-explanatory. So the language is easily learned by the operator. WAL2 computes a continuous trajectory that permits complex motions to be executed quickly with efficient use of system memory and reduction in overall system complexity. So WAL2 is having a one convenient feature, that is it is ability to use libraries of manipulation routines. Thus complex operations can be easily and quickly programmed by combining the predefined subtasks. So in WAL2 software package, here we can use different alphabets and the symbolic name for the location. Here P1 stands for, this commands is used to identify the present location as a P1. So there are some rules you have to suppose to use in WAL2 software package. So it is any string of letters, numbers and periods can be used. The first character must be alphabetic. There must be no intervening blank in between the particular alphabets. Every location name must be unique, like this. So let us take the one example of the command 100 appro P1 50. 100 is a different number, then appro is a different alphabet, P1 stands for the point P1 and 15 is again number. So in this example 100 is the label that refers to the instruction. Appro is the instruction to the robot to approach the location named P1 by a distance of 15 mm. So at this 15 mm distance your gripper will be going for that particular operation. Then next command is move P1. This causes the robot to move in joint interpolation motion from its present location to location P1. Then moves P1. Here the suffix S stands for the straight line interpolation motion. Move P1 via P2 stands for, that is there are 2 points P1 and P2. So your location P1 is actually passing through the location P2. Appro P1 10, next command. This command instructs the robot to move near to the location P1 but offset from the location along the tool Z axis in the negative direction by a distance of 10. Depart 15, again appro and depart, these are the two commands can be modified to use straight line interpolation by adding the particular suffix S. So these commands, different commands, is a part of that WAL2 programming language. Define path 1. So you can also define the path 1 which is associated or which includes the point P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, up to Pn. So you have to define number of points which can be associated with the first path P1. Then above and below, it is also these particular alphabets can be used to instruct the elbow of that robot to point up or down respectively. Then speed 50 IPS, 50 is a number, speed, these are the alphabets or that particular command. So it indicates that speed of that end effector during program execution should be 50 inch per second. Okay. Then speed 75 which will instruct the robot to operate 75% of normal speed of the robot action. Then open and close. These are the two commands, another commands which can be used along with your end effector for the opening and the closing the fingers of that your end effectors. Open eye or close eye. These are the commands which is used for the immediate actions for the opening or closing. Let us take some another commands which is used in Wal2 software package is the close 40 mm. It first command, that is the close 40 mm, which means that the width of finger opening should be 40 mm. Close 3.0 lb, this will causes the 3 lb force of gripping force to be applied against that particular part while execution of that particular motion or the movement. Grasping the particular object. This statement causes the gripper to close immediately and checks whether the final opening is less than the specified amount of 10 mm. So the object size will gives you more details about the number 10 in your third command. Then signal for on. This allows the signal from output port to be turned on at one point in the program. Signal for off. This will gives you a command for the turning off another point in that particular program. Wait 10 on. It means that you have to wait for some certain time and then you have to get on mode. In Wal2 language programming, you have to also use different letters or logical operators which is used in your Wal2 languages. That is the EQ equal to NE not equal to, GT greater than, GE greater than or equal to, LT less than, LE less than or equal to, and logical and operator or logical or operator not is a logical complement can be used in your program. So there are different methods or different steps you have to follow while writing the program. Normally your program start with the type text particular statement in the quotation marks. So this statement is also used to display the output information on the particular terminal. Here different subroutines also can be written and called in your Wal2 programming software package, just like your C++ software languages. So here edit in bracket program name, this makes it is possible to edit existing program or to create a new program by the specified program name. Then store, read, list, print, erase, execute, abort and stop. These are the letters or these are the words can be used for the respective actions in your Wal2 software package. So store means it allows simply program to be stored in a specified device. Read means reading the particular file from the storage memory. List, which will displays the programming on the monitor. Print means provides the hard copy. It will execute your computer hardware software along with the printers also. Erase means erasing the specified program from the memory. Just like Microsoft Office commands, these particular commands can be used in your Wal2 programming software.